Hey there, gang. It's showtime. I'm live. I'm Dave from Gamble Smart. You'll notice Mark is not here. Mark was supposed to be here. He really wanted to be here. Issue with travel. He just got on his connecting flight. It should have been left hours and hours ago so he could make it. But he will be here next week. He promises me. Quick news. We recently got rid of elite memberships. We now just have one membership level. There was no real reason behind this except for the fact that it was very difficult keeping up with the elite members, trying to give them value for what they have. And now we have one group, one members. You're just a member. You're not an elite member. You're not special. No offense, Robin. You're still special, but you know what I'm saying. Just one membership level now, so that way it's easy for everybody. You're either a member or you're not a member. We really hope you look at becoming a member. You get a lot of great perks like our Discord channel, our online slots that are for fun, playing for fun, no pay or anything like that. Never member perk, discounts, other things, all that. And of course, you get a cool badge like Tommy Nagy there with 21 months being a member. And if you were an elite member, you should have been downgraded down to the regular membership. But apparently, some people got canceled completely. You did get refunded. If you do sign up again to the regular membership, your badge still stays the same. So it won't, it'll still be there. Everyone but Bob Top Dollar gets a discount. There we go. Every member but Bob. We're working on that in the new year, Bob. It's going to be one of our new perks coming out because it was an elite member perk. We're going to roll it downhill. But if you notice, our store is currently shut down. The store is shut down right now. We're revamping the store. We're kind of out of product right now. We're hoping tariffs come down to where we can order more product again in the new year and have that ramp and rolling again real soon. News for you guys. Foxwoods is on Connecticut January, either the 23rd, 24th, or 25th. Dave, how come you don't know? Because I'm still waiting on an itinerary. As soon as I get the itinerary, we will share it with you guys about what's going on, when it's going on, and what entails. But we will be there. We've got our plane tickets. We've got our travel plans. We are on the way. Make sure to get your questions in now. We're going to start asking questions. Go easy on me because I'm all alone again. But I'm going to get those asked out pretty soon. Got some other news. They're going to do a small video on this tomorrow, which was today at Aqueduct in New York for horse racing. A weigher of scales. The guy who's the scale manager weighs the jockeys, weighs their gear to make sure that they're the same weight as they started. They didn't, do anything to be lighter or anything like that. He was asked to do something that was against the regular policy, which is the recording down on both the written ledger and a new online ledger in a new system. Well, they wanted one person to do that. And apparently this is very fast paced because you got to move, you got to get going, you got the next race going, everything else. This was not discussed. There was no policy about it, no issue, nothing. They just wanted it done right then. He refused. He said this is going to allow for errors to happen. This is going to make people's wagering threatened. This is going to make jockeys' winnings threatened. And he said, I'm not going to do it. He was sent home. Then the jockeys, all of the jockeys, refused to race for the rest of the day. So they're not racing. That's tens of thousands of dollars lost because of a change that they were wanting to make that was not policy, and someone stood up for that. So I definitely applaud the person standing up for that. I really like when anyone says, I'm not going to do this because it's not right, and that they stood up for it. This person is not fired. They are still the clocker, so they're not fired. But they are no longer the scales person, which I'm sure is a financial hit of some kind. What else have I got here? Okay, I went over that. Also, I've got a video coming out soon, hoping to get that done this weekend, about Royal Caribbean and the Casino Royale program. A huge resource for me was Liz B, our own member here. She has a ton of information about cruising. But another big information piece was from Nikki on Deck. She has a TikTok channel that's widely popular. She just went over to YouTube. Please go over and subscribe to her. She has been, if you're interested in cruising and the Casino Royale program and cruising for free, she is a huge resource of information. Absolutely amazing. I used a lot of information. I talked to her, so she knows I'm using information. And definitely go check her out. Go give her a subscribe. I think she's up to 15 subscribers right now. I'm sure we can throw her another, 20, 30 subscribers pretty easily without too much sweat. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that so much. Okay, I'm going to scroll back up here and look for questions. I'm going to say a hi to our moderators. We got Majestic, Susan, and Proud Monkey. Thank you all for being here. Go up to the top. Oh, wow, so many new members. Yeah, so lots of new members. Jerry came in back. Appreciate you, Jerry. Plots of Iowa. Appreciate all you guys for renewing your memberships. I do apologize you got canceled. Totally wasn't wanting what we have to do. Absolutely for sure. Okay. Let me grab some of these. I'll tell. Okay, so let's start with Chili Peppers here. Marker Dave. Lately, YouTube allows us to hype a video. Can you explain the benefit to the YouTube channel? So hyping a video is essentially like amped up clicking that like button. So you can click the like button, you can hype it up. It's essentially like putting more links out there. And the more times it's hyped, it's liked, comments, all that stuff, it's shared, everything else, that brings more attention to the video and to the channel. So if you can keep using that new feature on the hype, it is brand new. It is something that's fairly new. I have only used it twice myself for others' channels. Definitely click that hype button too. I know it's another thing we're asking you to click, but if you have time to do it, like button is still super important. The hype button is new. I don't know how much importance is being placed on that, but that like button, that right there, thumbs up, click that always. Always click that. I absolutely appreciate when you guys click that. New one here from Andrea. Dragon Link, Lightning Link, and Dollar Storm all play similarly. Yes, they do. Is one more volatile than the other? Between those three, I'm going to say they're almost identical. There might be a slight, and I'm ever so slight volatility between Dragon Link, Lightning Link, and Dollar Storm. If I had to take a guess, I'd say they're so close together. We're talking a microscope to find a difference. So if either one of those games, don't feel like you're missing out by playing a lower volatility, because it would be a hair's width difference between the volatility on those. Not something you'd want to pursue specifically. See here. I watched the Desert Degens. Now they said that on the penny denominations, you see more mini minor. Is that true? Think about it as number of spins to get one of those minis or minors, and the number of spins it takes to achieve that, and the amount of money you're spending on per spin. The minors are the major, all of them, all the numbers are corresponding to your bet. So by throwing out more minis or minors at lower denomination levels, but you're still spending to get that, they're kind of attracting you, and they're seeing that in there. Are they more common? I wouldn't say so. They're just a way to try to make it look like you're getting a bigger win. But if you multiply that win out for those minis and minors, you'll find that they're still pretty close to a 1020x. And a 1020x is not a great win. You're wanting to see a bonus with at least 100x, right? So think about it that way. I always like to think about the multiplier of my win. If my multiplier is 10, 20x, that's not great. If my multiplier is 100, 200x, that's pretty good. If my multiplier is 500x to 1000x, that's outstanding. So try to think of multipliers versus the dollars. All it relates to your bet. Let's see. Mark, is there an analog clicker on my home machine top dollar that is counting down how much credits I put in the machine and how much is one of those machines and how much is it played. So Top Dollar home machine, like the one behind me, Martini, runs about $4,500. There's not an analog clicker counting it. It's all digital. Depending on which machine you have, you can go through the accounting system and see that. I believe Mark's got some videos on that, and you can see all that in there. It's all kept in there, but there's no analog clicker like a little dial coming up. Hope that answered your question. See, going down, there's Adam's Exploits. How you doing? Kestrel in the house. Penny pinching. I need to make myself a bowl of chili. Where's the best chili in the area? Penny pinching. Oh, man. So if you're going for good chili here in Dallas-Fort Worth, I would recommend Will Hoyt's over in Grapevine. I believe it's Will Hoyt's. They have award-winning Texas Red, outstanding chili if you're looking for a great bowl. Just remember, real chili does not have beans. So that's it. That's a law. You look it up. That's Texas law. Can't put beans in chili. Okay, there's one from Mike. How do you stop the chase when you're 300 deep? I mean, you can't just walk away. How do you guys have mastered that? Mastered, I will tell you, I have not mastered it, but I will tell you this. In Cherry's Jubilee, when I put my max, I put in is $300, and you can ask everyone who was at G2E both times we've went. I will put $300 in, and I will walk away. I will just walk away. You absolutely can walk away. It does not matter you put $300 in. It does not matter you put $3,000 in. You don't feel that that machine is going to pay, or you have doubts in it, or you're put too much money in and you know it, walk away. Just leave the machine. Is it possible it pays you? Anything's possible. But look at the reality of what you have to win in order to get that money back. As you put more and more money in, the chances of winning that back go slimmer and slimmer. You could win $100, but if you're $300 deep, are you happy with $100? Some people yes, some people no. Just get up and walk away. I put 300 in. That was the max I was going to put in. I'm out. And is it bad when someone sits down and wins a machine after that? Sure, you feel bad about it. But just because that happened doesn't mean you had a chance at winning. They hit that button at the right time. You weren't hitting that button at the right time. That's the only difference. So just walk. Like Humongous says, just walk away. Just walk away. Yeah, definitely help Nikki build her channel. Let me refresh this. Let's see how many subscribers she has now. Bet she's over 20. 17. That's not bad. Could do better. We could do better. Talk more about chicken fried steak in our members live stream. We talked about everything from firearms to sangria to chicken fried steak to barbecue. We had a great time in our live stream for our members. See, going down here from Michael Cole. Any difference? Triple Red Hot 7s, 2 credit versus 3 credit, $1 denom 3. I would play the 2 credit over the 3 credit. There's no difference really in the machine and how it's going to pay out. The difference is that you get 1/3 more spins by going with a 2 credit machine over a 3 credit machine, which means your money lasts longer. So you have a possibility of a hit. The number of credits really doesn't play a huge part in it. Make your own for chicken fried steak. You guys are going to get me hungry again. We just went over all that. Tommy, now you posted this. Look at it. I'm caught up for there. Still going. We did have, if you were going to be in Vegas in January, December 31st, 1st, 2nd, right around there, New Year's, Jackpot Judo will be there over at Ellis Island. It is his first time back out. So if you do see him, make sure to give him a big hug from Mark and Dave and say, you know, we're proud of you getting back out there. We feel for you. We support you. But he will be at Foxwoods for sure. So if you are coming to Foxwoods in January, we will get you those dates as soon as we have them. He's going to be there as well. Yes, from Carrie, our new video was posted over on Jackpot Judo. Definitely check that out when you guys have a chance. We introduced the Jackpot Judians, which again, I don't think that fits, but we introduced them to Class 2 slots. We'll see how that video goes. That might be the worst video they've had so far. See, from Yorkie Mom, I tell you have dogs. When you are cashing your cashing your vouchers at the machine, why are you asked to insert your player's card? I never do. I have never been asked to insert my player's card for cashing out vouchers. My guess would be integrated tracking. It could also be a theft prevention system to make sure you are you. But since you don't put it in, you still get cashed out. I'm not sure of it. Would like to know which casinos you're going to and where you're seeing that. Specifically, if you have a picture of the Tito machine that's doing that, the ATM ticket voucher claiming. Because I have not seen where you've been asked to put in your player's card. That's a new one for me. What's happening at Foxwoods? That's the Sloticon 2026 at Foxwoods in January, end of January. The 24th, 23rd, 25th. I've got those dates that are out there. I do not know which dates are permanent. As soon as I get an itinerary, I will be sharing that with all of you. And put a post out there, put a video out there, everything else. Okay, so B. Martinez said Fort Wayne might be getting a new casino. I don't know if that's 100% yet, but that is being the rumors out there. And New York did approve 3 new casinos in the greater Manhattan area, in that the New York City area. I don't know if it's say Manhattan's correct, but 3 new casinos in there. They won those bids. Kestrel will be back in 20 minutes. Okay, I will also be back in 20 minutes. I can't go. Kestrel, I'm live here. Okay, going down. What do we got? We got Lucky Jules in the house. Hey, the Lucky Jules. Jack's Vegas. There's Will. There's Buckeye Slots. There's Real Pokey Bandit. Make sure you're also subscribing to Buckeye Slots and Real Pokey Bandit and Majestic Slots and Lucky Jules. They're all great channels. You're all about how bad Top Dollar is. Bob, you love Top Dollar. You know it. That's why your name is Bob Top Dollar. Usually in Vegas from Carrie. I'm usually in Vegas this weekend for conventions, but changed it up and going to Vegas January 30th for my husband's birthday. That's awesome. Hope you guys have fun. Win big, stay safe. I like going to Vegas this time of year because the weather's so nice and cool. It's crisp. It's cold, but it's not crazy cold because it's a dry cold. We Texans like dry cold because wet cold sucks. Okay, going more. Okay, from Puddle Vision, what's your thoughts on casinos that show more verifiable winners' photos on social? I was just having this conversation with my coworker T-Bone about how the California puts out tons of pictures of all of its winners. I like that, for one, because they're saying, look, these are people who have win. UFC winners. You always get the thing of, no one was winning in the casino. They were probably winning. They just weren't winning around you. So I like that part. The thing I don't like is if they're taking the picture with the machine in the background, that's not the one they won on. I prefer to see the machine as the one they won on. Not so much that I play that game, but I know which game it was, essentially. From Ace Larson's on slots, if you get a bonus and have to click a button or touch the screen to get the bonus and don't click the bonus, what would happen? Will it time out? A lot of them will not time out. A lot of them will just stay there. There's no timeout on the bonus. Some bonuses will trigger automatically after a certain amount of time. They'll just say, okay, we're not going to wait for your input. We're just going to go. Most bonuses will just sit there, and they'll just sit there. And they'll just sit there. Top Dollar being one. They'll just sit there all day long. There's no timeout on it. They'll stay there. Only one time have I ever walked across a machine that was in the middle of the Top Dollar bonus and no one was clicking on it. Or no one had clicked on it. They just walked away. I didn't click on it because it wasn't my machine. Their player's card was still in, so you don't want to get involved in that. But that's definitely something. And this from Adam Exploits. Norwegian Cruise Line signed a 7-year contract in Philadelphia. They're building a new facility near the Naval Yard, going to Bermuda and up north also for gambling cruises. That's awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. That's actually kind of neat to have a shipyard in Philadelphia. I think of Philadelphia as landlocked because I know there's, it's got access to all that and everything. I just always feel like it's landlocked because it's a river. There's not like ocean access, but I know there is. It's still. Okay, where we're at here. From Paul Boda. Why is it there at least a 20-minute wait to get a hand pay whenever I have a hit? So I throw money back in. Paul, it is not so that you throw money back in. A lot of times it is because staffing issues. So what has to happen is most casinos, one person will go to your machine. They'll look up on their iPad or look up on whatever, verify your machine, get your information. They have to go put your information into the computer if you are new there. They have to verify it. Someone else has to be there to verify it, either a supervisor or a manager. Then they can come and pay you. This process can sometimes go very fast. This process sometimes take forever. I've been in WinStar where it has taken anywhere from 5 minutes to 25 minutes to get a hand pay. I have been in Vegas where it has taken anywhere from 10 minutes to 35 minutes to get a hand pay. So it's just one of those things that requires a couple of hands to move forward. Sometimes at a certain amount, you have to have 2 people present. All these things contribute to slower payouts from hand pays. It's not so that you gamble. It just feels like that because you have nothing else to do except sit at the machine and maybe play the one next to it. But I highly recommend just sitting there and not doing anything. It's way better thing to do. From Lewis Reeves. Question, is it possible to own a slot machine that came straight out of casino floor without having anything done with it, as in the software changed? Lewis, yes, it is absolutely possible, depending on the state you live in or the laws for that state, which is your responsibility to look up. This machine came directly from a casino. There has been nothing that has modified or changed from it, except that I can hit this service button and it adds credits. That's it, really. Also, you'll notice that there's a gap right here because there's no player system. See, I can reach my hand in there. There's no player system. That has been taken out by the casino. So for all purposes, this is a machine that was in the slot machine that has relatively nothing done with it. You can check out Slot Machines Unlimited if you're looking at purchasing a slot machine. They have a wide variety of selections and they ship all over. Okay, keeping up. Where we got? Okay, Simon, no. If you put beans in chili, it is a meat stew at that point. Chili in Texas, no beans. Bob, Bill, not going to comment about how you like it both ways because that was too easy. All right, but no, you're wrong. Black beans, kidney beans. That's why you're in Florida, Michelle. You can have that stuff in Florida. Bob's still hating on Top Dollar. I had a glass of wine before. Kathy's already having a great weekend, and it's only Thursday. It was Jody's in Temple. Thank you. I don't know why I can't remember Jody's because Jody said, let's go to Jody's. Great chicken fried steak there in Jody's. Thank you, Pokeband. Appreciate that. And Robin being all sentimental. Can I just say how nice it is to see everyone tonight? No, I haven't been drinking. Robin, you deal with elementary school kids. It's okay to have a couple. All right. All right. So from Shelly Phillips, take cash driving to local casino, but first trip going out of state Foxwoods. What is the safe method and how does a line of credit or other options work? So Shelly, what you can do is you can actually contact the casino ahead of time and ask about wiring money in, doing a bank-to-bank transfer to the casino cage, in which you can draw out of that and then redeposit back in. You can also apply for a line of credit. A line of credit works almost like having cash. Here's the thing, though. After your trip is over, you have to settle up in cash, or you have to write them a check in some way, settle up that account. You owe them that money before you leave, or they are going to get very upset about it. So you're basically agreeing with a line of credit to pay them after your trip is ended. I do this at MGM more as an experiment on a video that I have coming later for you all. My line of credit is just as serious as a credit card, except more serious because banks don't have a sense of humor like the great fun people at credit card companies. So give that a whirl there. It is a good way, though, if you're not wanting to bring a lot of money with you. Just make sure you're aware of all the options to settle up that account afterwards. There are also a lot of casinos now accepting cryptocurrency, to where you can transfer that in from your crypto wallet and into the casino cage, and they give you that back. Explore all the options that should be there on the Foxwoods website. If it's not, highly recommend giving a call, talking to someone at casino end, and ask them about, what do I do for sending money in? They will happily be able to help you. They want you to bring money. One of those things, casinos, we would love to see you bring money. Exactly. All right, where are we at? Reading more. Opinion on online slot machines. I like playing the free games like Jackpot, Party, Cashman, Casino, Pop Slots, My VIP, the whole line. I like playing any of those that are for free. I like playing Pop Slots and the My VIP line the best because you actually get tangible things for them without paying any money at all. You can cash the reward credits in for actual real things in Vegas and all around. I do not like any online casinos that are not registered and are not legitimate. So BetMGM, legitimate. DraftKings, FanDuel, legitimate. Caesars, legitimate. I don't like betting anything that's McLuck or anything else that is not an actual licensed regulated casino. My opinion right there. Okay, so Rich, it does say the 24th. Okay, so we're going on this right now that is on the 24th, which is the most date I've heard is the 24th, but I've also seen the 23rd, and that was from Lucinda. So Lucinda, there you go. Rich says it's the 24th, and I'm willing to go with Rich. Yes, Yorkie Mom, definitely take that picture. Would very much like to see it. And Proud Monkey, you're around that area as well. Maybe it's a Kentucky thing. Maybe, I don't know. Pokey Bandit at 800 subs and headed to 1,000. Come on, Pokey, we believe in you. Get those. If you haven't subscribed to Pokey Bandit, make sure you do that too. EJ laughs a lot. This is one of those things I definitely warn people to be careful of about billing to your room. Just make sure you are aware of how much you've done it. Don't get caught up in just click. Just be aware of that. Be cautious of that about putting that money to your bill, because it can add up extremely quickly. It is very convenient. I will give you that. There are no fees involved. I will give you that. It's just something I do advise caution on. Okay, Bronx Queens is Resort World from Richard. Thank you, Richard. Right now, Drew, you're correct. It's kind of that weird time right now in Vegas. National Finals Rodeo is in town this week. Next week. There are going to be a lot of people in for that, but it's not the usual crowd. The rodeo crowd is not crazy. It's not massive. And they kind of use this time in between the holidays to have that crowd because there's no big conventions in town. You're before the holidays. There's nothing major going on. So this is kind of the time of the National Finals Rodeo. That's why they love it in Vegas. If you're looking for a good deal on a saddle or some gear, definitely check out the pawn shops, because when they win these rodeo things, when they win these saddles, when these belt buckles and all that, they go to the pawn shops to pawn them a lot of times and get that cash. So if you're looking for something like that, go for it. Adam Exploits. Yes, I have heard that Resorts World bans social media, folks, but I have not heard anything official. I've only heard this from 2 different channels that have mentioned it, but I haven't heard anything official. I got an email into Resorts World. I have not heard back. I've asked a couple of people who are do record at Resorts World. They have not heard anything about it. So I've got no idea of what's real until I hear something official. Be very cautious of hearing rumors that are not verified. Another quick little side chat on this is all the AI videos that are going on right now. There's particularly one that a bunch of you has sent me about new laws. These are 5 new laws that are changing that will affect you. So here's what to be skeptical about right off the bat of any of these AI videos. 1, do they mention the states? They don't. Do they mention any federal laws? They don't. Do they mention a House bill number, a Senate bill number, or a state law that has changed? They do not. They are very vague in that. They say all these things, but they're not giving you any tangible information that is verifiable. Verify the information you're getting from these places, because these new AI videos are putting out a bunch of misinformation and there is no checks on them at all. So just be very wary of that. Let's see here. Moving down. Yes, Janet, I heard this one. I think we're in that. I think we're one of the special guests, which I think maybe. I hope so. Lucinda's definitely not in the special guest. I know that, but I am. Let's see here. Where are we going? Down. Okay, from Wilmick. All right. Can my local regulated casino turn off entire rows of machines on slow day? The machines are functional with lights, sounds, but adding money, you can't press anything except cash out. Well, they absolutely can do that. If it's, they could be down for any number of reasons. They could be down for maintenance. They could be down for a software update. They could be down for loading paper. They could be down for a number of reasons. They could just shut them down to save power. I wouldn't recommend anyone doing that. They could be in a maintenance mode. They could be in any one of the things, all completely legal. It is no issue of shutting down the machines. It's not affecting the machine in any way. It's not affecting the payout on any other machine. They're independent of each other. So no, there's nothing really fishy about that or anything else. I would like to definitely see a picture of what you're talking about, because it might actually say, like, software update or maintenance mode or whatever else. It is very common. WinStar, it is super common to see 2 or 3 banks of machines down because they're rotating through repairs, refreshes, software updates, firmware updates, battery replacement, things like that. Danny's with me. No beans. That's right, Danny. Okay. On the 20 line, 20 multiplier top dollar. If I raise the multiplier, is it just like moving a different RNG? Thank you very much. No, it's like multiplying your bet. So it's essentially going from a 1x, 2x to a 3x. If you'll notice, the numbers change with it. So if you go to a multiplier, it multiplies with you. So just be on the lookout for that. No, it's not like moving to a different machine. It can be the same machine. You're just talking about multiple lines, changing a multiplier of your bet. Your bet multiplier is just multiplying your wins by that bet. So a 3x bet would be a 3x win if it's the machine I think you're talking about. Okay. From Cheap Slots and Cheap Gaming, anything that I should look for at Park MGM come Sunday? Nothing really I can think of. If you get a chance, if you're there on Sunday, definitely check out Primrose Brunch. It is outstanding, the brunch tower. I would definitely go with the breakfast sandwich over the creme brulee stuffed French toast because it is so much sugar you'll see through time, but it is extremely good. Simon, why does a cashier ask for all my information on a ticket over $999? That I do not know, Simon. That's a different one. Over $1,200 for sure. Not sure why $999. That's odd. That might be a certain policy, a certain gaming regulation. I'm unclear of that one. Not something I've heard of. From Kestrel, Dave, do you think Oklahoma will let the tribal casinos move the 200 out there? Yes, they absolutely will. No, it's a federal law. They have to change it, so that will be changed January 1. The hand pay will be moved from $1,200 to $2,000. It's not really going to affect anything. It's actually going to help a lot of, January 1, it's not going to help anybody because it's still going to be the same. The machine's still going to ring at $1,200. As you move forward, as those machines get updated to where the $2,000 amount gets in there, it's going to happen as they get to it, as that maintenance happens or whatever, they'll change that amount. Once the machines start to change over, it's going to be less work for those slot attendants. So the machine's not going to lock up at $1,200 or anything less than $2,000. This is after the changes are all happened. So it's going to require less staff and all that. And the staff is going to be able to be quicker at those hand pays because you're only going to have hand pays at $2,000 and up, which should cut down a lot on the running around. I believe that casino staff is going to like this a lot more because it's going to allow them to focus on fewer wins and getting that service done quickly. I don't really see any issue like that from the casino end. It's not going to affect their bottom dollar at all. Okay, from Adventures TCI. I used to have what was called markers and then had 2 weeks to repay them. Didn't have to repay immediately. Adventures of TCI, this is all on the casino itself. Some casinos allow a 2-week time span. Some allow a week. Some want it right then. It all depends on what the credit line details are. So some places are different. Some places you have until the end of the month. So just be aware of any time you're looking at a line of credit or a marker, just make sure you're aware of all the details, interest rates, penalties, all that stuff. Does a casino set all their machines to the same payout percentage? Paul, it's impossible to know that. I would think no, though, because there's machines that have an array of different payout options. Some of the new area-wide machines only have one setting. It's like only one setting, 88, 89%. That's it. That's the only setting you can do on some of these new area-wide progressives. It's just the way the manufacturers have it because those area-wide progressives are, part of their responsibility as well. Wide area progressives. So no, they wouldn't all be set the same, but most casinos probably set within a very similar range. The national average is 90%. So if the national average is 90%, that means you have a good number of settings to equal out to a good average. Not all of them are going to be the same, but they're all going to be within, not too much of each other. I very much doubt you're going to have a lot of machines on the absolute low and then machines on the absolute high. I don't see it happening. Does casinos hosts get compensated differently based on what you win or lose, strictly on coin in? That, Nate, depends on the property. Casino hosts in general are paid a salary. That salary is a smaller salary because they're wanted to perform. Then they get what's called production, what they bring in. So the players they bring in, they're basically getting what they play. Whether or not that is strictly coin in or whether that is part of the win-loss, I can't exactly tell you. I've had a couple of different hosts tell me that it does not matter what their players play, they are going to get a percentage. So that would lead me to believe it's more of a coin in. I've heard from other people, not directly from hosts, but other people, that it's based on total Theo loss. So take that what you will. They're still getting paid, whether or not. That's what they're there for. They're there to make you happy and to they're still getting paid. So you don't have to worry about tipping them, buying them gifts, whatever. If you want to buy a host a gift or give a tip, that is 100% up to you, just like it is with any slot attendant or any dealer. Okay. Not to second guess my guy, but anywhere I have a line of credit will draft a checking account 2 or 3 weeks later, 2 to 4 weeks later. Okay, that's awesome. MGM, I know, is pay up when you leave. Yeah, so it just depends on where you're at. And again, if you're a very regular customer, I'm definitely not a regular user of my line of credit. So maybe it's you have better options the more and more you use. I do know that if I do not have the money right there, I can wire transfer it in from my bank, and they're okay with that. That does count as paying right away. What do they charge to get into Sloticon? Richard, I do not know that information. I don't think there was a charge, but I don't have that information this time. As I do, I will definitely let you know. Because there was an RSVP link last time, but I did not take a look at that. Let's see here. Keep going. Keep going. Okay. Okay, finding questions. Yeah, Rich, I still haven't seen Sloticon hit everybody else either. Adam, if you're trying to learn about AI, there are some great courses that AI can actually teach you how to use AI and other AIs. Don't use AI just asking it questions and reading your email. It can do so much for you. It just takes time and tinkering. Brian Christopher said Potawatomi in Milwaukee has banned YouTubers. Dang, didn't even get a chance to get up there. Wow, that's crazy. But Bailey called you to confirm the list. Well, how about you call him and tell him to send me an email back? Oh, she's a special guest. Yes, indeed. I ain't hating on you, Lucinda. Okay, hold on here. This is one from DTM. Dave, you have $2,000 bankroll session, double top dollar, $10 2 credit, or $25 single credit double diamond. Man, I'm going with the 2 credit, $10 every day of the week. For one, while I like double diamond, I mean, it's top dollar. It is top dollar. I'm going with top dollar. I just am. The double diamond deluxe, they're both double diamond base games. You're probably a little bit better off in the long run on the single credit double diamond. But with the bonuses, you have the potential for a lot. I'm still going to have to say double top dollar. That's just the way I am. Plus, I get it over the course of $100, I get an extra spin. So, or I mean, yeah, $100, I get an extra spin. AI videos are junk. Yep, they're just clickbait. Have we been to Forta's Bub? I don't know that one. Can't say I've been there. There's ice skating rinks. Wow. No, I haven't been there. That's pretty cool. Ice skating rink casino? Hell yeah. I could get out that. Mike, that is nationwide. That was in the big, beautiful bill that was snuck in there along with the 90% change to what you can write off for your winnings. So January 1, that will take effect to $2,000. Like I said, your machines are not going to take effect for that right away. They will be a while before they get all those. Yes, Jonathan, that is federal law taking place January 1. Steven, yes, they do get pissy about that. When you take your marker to another casino, but that's your money. When you take that money out, that's your money. So you take it wherever you want to take it. I don't care if you take that from Aria and then say, I'm going to MGM Grand. Tough. However, I do know that if you want a line of credit, MGM or Cosmo, you can just go over there because you already have the paperwork in the system. It's really easy and they can get you one set up right away. But totally up to you. Your money. After you get it out, bam, your money. You sign that paper, your responsibility. Okay. New Hampshire has from Jim, New Hampshire has a law to hand pay any win of 300x bet or more. That's crazy. I wonder if that's like just the way the machines are set, or that's so weird. That seems like a lot of work. Exactly. Like Bill is saying, remember that 90% write-off for your losses is also there. Okay. Going down, looking for more questions. How many, from Jamie Bailey, how many cards are too many? You mean like players cards? I don't know. I've got one for every casino I've ever been to. So I can't really say how many is how many. Susie Q, the tax deduction that changed is you can now only write off 80% of your losses, where before it was 100%. So you could offset any taxable wins by that 100% a loss. It wasn't a perfect, change out, but now it's only 90%. So it's up to 90% of your losses. This is really only affecting large players, that it's really going to be significant, but it can also affect smaller players. If you just happen to get lucky, you get a whole bunch of $2,000 hand pays because you just were on a lucky streak, that can add up to a lot of tax burden. From Ace Larson, yes, we are planning on it. So we are looking at taking a trip into Southern California, hitting Palm Springs, hitting Yamava, hitting Pachanga. Going to go see Lucinda when we're there. We're going to go to those places. We have that plan. We just don't know when yet. We're going to try to fit it in to 2026. We've been trying to for a long time. And from Rena Trini, Texas, Rena Trini in Texas, just joined. Wanted to thank you. Say thank you for how much you're supporting Jackpot Jude at this time. It is our pleasure, Rihanna. We support our friends. Always support your friends. They're the ones that are going to be there for you through it all. So definitely, we appreciate you joining. And Lucinda gifted 10 memberships. Thank you, Lucinda. We appreciate you. If you're lucky enough to get one of those gifted memberships from Lucinda, make sure to tell her thank you for supporting the channel. And also go to our post section on our YouTube page and look at how you can join our Discord and how you can get to our free slots item. Scrolling down. That Proud Monkey's already on that. Okay, so from All Gems, besides video poker, are the comps the same, the various higher and lower RTP slots? So in general, slots are the same comps given the math on all slots is about the same. Table games is different than slots, and obviously video poker is the bottom of the barrel because you're just not you're the house edge is so small. If you're playing perfect strategy, the house edge is so small. So that's going to give them a reason why they're not going to want to really push comps to that. However, you're playing long enough, you're still going to get comps. They're just not going to be equal to the amount of time where if I'm on a slot machine playing on that, and you're on a video poker machine, just not playing the best. It's not going to be paying in comps equal to mine. But that does not mean play it. Play the machine you like the best and that you win at the best. All right, we need 2 more subscribers for Nikki on Deck. All right, I want 2 more people to go subscribe to her. Proud Monkey's going to drop that link again. 2 more people need to subscribe. She's at 18. We can't leave her at 18 from 10. We got to at least get her to double. So come on. She was at 10 when we started the member stream. Now she's at 18. So 2 more makes 20. And that's that's pretty good for someone who's just starting out. So we're definitely looking to get her up there because she does have great information, especially if you like cruising. So yeah, Proud Monkey's got that posted. 2 more subscribers. Come on. Can we get it? Can we get it? Can we get it? There's 21. Thank you guys. Really appreciate you. She's great. I'm going to actually text her right now and say, okay, there we go. Like supporting new channels, especially ones that have good information about a topic. On that topic, I am doing 2 cruises this year. Both of them are free through. One is my MGM certificate I got back in August. Was not as great as I thought. Didn't have a lot of choices on cruises. So I went with a 4-day cruise out of Galveston. All I paid was taxes, when I think I paid $87 per person for taxes, so not horrible. Taking another cruise that is actually a Royal Caribbean offer I got in Black Friday on the Icon of the Seas in May. That cruise was only for 1, so I did have to pay for the extra person, which was, still at a good rate, but not as good as I'd hoped. But that's my fault for wanting to be on a bigger ship because it's the biggest ship. And I really wanted. Oh, Nikki's up to 27. All right. Sweet. Thank you guys. Really appreciate you guys for supporting that new channel. She has some great slot information there. Okay, for VLT machines, scratch tickets, are they per machine, couple of machines, or are they bet dependent? $1 bet is different than a $2 bet. Also, thanks for all the information. So VLTs work very similar to bingo machines and horse racing. A batch of lottery tickets is downloaded from the state lottery. Not thinking scratch tickets. Don't think scratch tickets as much as like Powerball tickets, like regular lottery tickets. In that batch, tickets are winning tickets basically from $1 win all the way up to jackpots, that kind of thing. So every time you hit the button, a ticket is grabbed onto your machine, and that is used to say whether you won or not. Same thing with bingo. Every time you spin, you either get a different card or you get different bingo balls, and that depends on your win. So no, there's not change in those tickets for what you're going to have as a win from $1 to $2 bet, but your bet is based on an incremental on that. So $1 is a 1x, $2 a 2x, $3 a 3x, and so on. So think of it more that way on the same machine. If you're betting 1 to 10 credits on a $1 machine, it doesn't really affect you on the dollar denomination you're playing on. So you should be fine there. Hold on a second. Let's see what we got here. GSGS Cruise, working on it for 2027. Bill, working on that still. From Moxie, Dave, why does the 1-star have 3 credits, single line top dollar machine compared to everyone else? Why does 1-star have 3 credits? Moxie, I'm not following you there. Here, let me do it. You try it again. Here we go. Wait, why does Why does WinStar? You're saying WinStar. Moxie, you're killing me here. Why does WinStar have 3 credit single line top dollar machines compared to everyone else? It's just their choice of what machines they wanted. They wanted those machines in that particular format, the single line versus the multiple pay lines. You'll definitely see over around the corner, they have the top dollars and the pinballs in the 10 lines or the 9 lines. So they do have a good variety of them. If you're thinking about a cruise, Holland American compensates your play with the most free play by far, my experience only. Thank you, Steven. That's some good info. I've never been on Holland America, but I've heard they're super nice. Like right up there near Cunard nice. If you don't know Cunard, that's the Queen Elizabeth ships where you got to wear like a tie, a tuxedo to dinner. I couldn't be in a tuxedo. I'd be there sweating like, yeah. We figured that out, Moxie, that the thing was screwing with you. That talk to text was not working out. That was plumb obvious. All right, gang, I'm going to go ahead and kill it there. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Thank you, Lucinda, for the 10-member gifts. Appreciate each and one of you guys for showing up and subscribing. Thank you so much for your support to Nikki. She really appreciates that too. I was very much using her info to make my new video, and I wanted to help her grow her channel up on YouTube because I can't really help anyone grow on TikTok because I don't know how TikTok works. We're going to see you next week. Mark will be back for sure. We will get that info to you right away as soon as we have it about Foxwoods and Sauticon 2. So thank you so much again, guys. You have a great one. Have a great, safe weekend to all of you. See you guys on Discord for those new members who grab those. Have a good one. Gamble smart, gamble safe. Have a good one, guys.